Good morning, good morning. I trust you're well, and wherever you're watching from, my name again is Paul Mukoma, and I'm here to talk about music content, or content in music, especially in our nation, in Kenya here. I've been in the music industry, especially in video production, for more than a decade now. That makes me feel a bit old. But over the weekend, I was just listening to music and the new move and shift in the music industry and the kind of music young people are doing. And it bothered me a bit. And some of these young people, I know they're people I've worked with, so even as I say these, I know you're still my friends, but I'll call a spade a spade and call it as it is. Because as I say this, and I've mentored many artists in the country, and I've seen them succeed. So even as I say this, it's not to put anyone down, but it's a conversation we really need to have about the content in our music, especially what the young people are doing. So as you join in, you can join the conversation and also tell me, what do you think about the content in our music? And I know as I talk about that, you know the hit song, especially the biggest song in the country today, and you know the lyrics and the content in those songs, so you can just join in the conversation. And tell me also what you think about. You can send your observation and so that we can have a conversation, because I believe big things start with a conversation. It starts with people coming together and talking about it and getting solutions. Because there's no need for us to keep complaining, and we are not giving solutions and observation about what is happening. I'm a firm believer in clean content. That's why I'm really talking about this. I was actually supposed to talk about something else, but as I was listening to music, and I had even kids sing this music and the slogans in the current music, especially now what we are saying is the biggest song in the country, it bothered me a bit to know that most of the content right now in the big songs, like the 4 big songs in Kenya, or some of the biggest songs around this season, they have very vulgar lyrics. And I was asking myself, because I think the young people have been trying to outdo each other on who can make it more nasty, who can do this, and now it's become like a trend that every young person, even the young guys I've mentored, and now not mention names, but like I said, nothing personal. It's just calling it as it is, and I think we need forums where we can meet and discuss about these things. Because to me, I'm not for vulgar, dirty content in music, and I believe creativity. Being vulgar is not creative. Actually, to me, I believe is lack of creativity. It's lack of innovation. Because the moment you are always thinking about the most vulgar words you can use to attract people, to me, that is actually a lack of creativity. And I'm calling the young people, we need to be more creative and think about songs that can edify. Because they say music is one of the way they explain music. It's like the way to the heart. I mean, it's a universal language. It's a communication. And we need to use music as a tool of communication and ask ourselves, what are we communicating? As you do that song, apart from entertaining, what else are you communicating? Entertainment is one. But I believe it just needs to go beyond the hype. It needs to go beyond just throwing in lyrics and slogans in the music. It needs to go beyond that and become a way of edification, a way of communicating positive stuff. And even if you're not communicating, even if it's just for entertainment, it needs to be clean entertainment. Because I've seen these songs, and I've had even kids, small kids, throw these slogans here and there. And I ask myself, do these kids know what they are singing about? Do these kids understand even what these songs mean? Most of them do. We are today, at this time and age, we have very bright kids, and they know exactly what these lyrics mean. And I'm like, what are we passing on to the generation, the coming generation? What are we teaching them? So we need to really think about that as we sing all these slogans and we think it's just fun. There is a message being communicated. There is something. There is a foundation we are forming, and there is something a trend we are starting that will grow, and then later we'll wonder, when did this start? So I think we need to clean the content. And I'm not telling everybody to do gospel music. Over the weekend, last week, one of our big artists here in the nation, who has been in the industry for more than 3 decades, and is really sad, died in a road accident, and we've been mourning, and John DiMaggio, and I saw during his funeral, the president was there, the vice president, very senior people to honor him. And I asked myself, how are all these people gathering to honor these artists? This is to mean this was not just an artist. This content is done over more than 3 decades that has been more than just music, that this guy has become an authority. And for us to become authorities and people who are presidents and know that can come to our barrios, and I'm not saying that is a main purpose of doing your music, but when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is such an honor. And I'm speaking to our artists that you need to think beyond that one hit. You need to think beyond that and think about your children. Are you happy with your children singing your songs? Are you happy? Are you, and I know, of course, we have content for all ages. But to me, I advocate for content that can be consumed by all ages. You can listen with your parents and your kids, because eventually there is no way you can lock music. There is only adults who can listen to that music. The moment you do that song, it's out there in the public and everybody will listen to the song. So we need to think beyond just doing a hit to doing a hit that transforms the world. I believe in transformation. I believe in everything we do going beyond entertainment. And entertainment is good. And I believe clean entertainment is better. Let's not sanctify these vulgar, dirty songs and think this is a trend, now we can do this. Because when I hear kids do some of these, sing some of these lyrics, I feel very bad. I'm a father, and I'm wondering where will our kids grow up when they listen to these songs? Because like I said, you can't do music and say this is just adult content, because the songs are being played on air, they're on phones and they are going everywhere, and some of these now have become like an anthem where everybody is singing them, especially our kids. So that is what I'm calling out and saying, I'm not boarding. I can't decide, oh no, we can do this, all these slogans, they are okay, and sanitize the whole vulgarness and sexual content that we are doing. Because even as we copy what the West is doing, I believe we can do better. I believe we have so much content, and we have to be creative. And like I've said, creativity is not being vulgar, it's not being dirty. We can be creative without being dirty. Let's call it as it is. And that's why I'm thinking these are conversations we need to have. And we need to go back to those songs when we did clean music that was actually the big songs in the country. I remember when we did the song Kunadao. And like I said, even as I mentioned, I'm not telling everybody to do gospel music. But I believe even as we do entertaining music, love music, let it be music with clean lyrics, clean content, okay? Let it be music that can be listened to for generations to come. At that time, all the big songs we had in Kenya, they were all positive content for many years. And of course, I know some young people are copying the West or copying each other because I've done songs, that is sounding like this, has all this sexual content now. My friend comes now, they want to compete. And I would want to talk a bit about the competition. This thing of competition. I believe for you to really be a champion, because that's why we say at Atlanta Institute, we unveil champions. Champions, even as champions compete, they compete on their league. Okay? Why do I say this? The fact that you hear someone else has done a vulgar song and it's become a hit, you don't also have to run and look for the other bigger, even more vulgarness to outdo each other. I believe when you are unique and you do your own unique music or content, that is how you can stand out. Because I've seen it's like a competition, who can outdo each other. And now it started a trend, and we are sanitizing those words, and it looks like now kawaida. It's normal just to do this kind of content. But me, I'm saying it doesn't have to be that way. We can be creative. We can create. We can be so creative that our music doesn't have to become a hit because of the dirty lyrics. It can be a hit because of how creative it is. Let's think about the arrangement. Let's think about the vocals we are putting. Let's think about how poetic it is. That's creativity, the whole arrangement. Because right now, we're just picking a track, put a few dirty, vulgar words, and now that becomes creativity. So we are killing creativity without knowing. Even our big producers are joining in it and not really thinking, why are you joining the young people who need your mentorship? Because these kids who are doing this music, very young. And as a veteran fellow producers who are out there, we don't need to join in and do that. We need to change the narrative and call them out and say, no, we can change these words. Let's change this. The song can still be good. And the competition should be on how good the music sounds, how global our songs can go because of how creative it is, from the arrangement to how poetic and how the words, the lyrics are arranged, due to how the soundtrack is done. That is why we should compete in excellence, not in vulgarness. So I'm calling out my young, and some of these guys I've worked with them. I'm calling you to really think beyond that. Let's change the direction we're going, because I think we are just going down the cliff without knowing. And our kids are joining in and singing that music. We need to really change that. And even other, like I've said, veteran producers and other good producers, the fact that a song has been brought to your studio, you can say, no, let's change these words to this. So directing and producing doesn't have to be just that. Because a song has been brought to you, you have to do as it is. Let's give direction. Let's give mentorship. Let's produce. And producing doesn't mean whatever we have brought, we just put a track and release it on air. Because once you release something on air, you can determine how far it can go. And some of these songs, like we said, they are going viral. And you know what viral means is it attacks everyone. It's like a virus that is going out there and attacking and killing everyone. It's actually lethal. It's terrible, because this virus is attacking our moral fabric. It's really attacking and eating our moral fabric, that everybody now feels it's okay to do the Wamla whatever song and okay, it's okay, and it has become sanitized. No. So, as you talk about it going viral, your song going viral, that viral actually can be a lethal virus that is attacking our what we believe in and our morals and all that. And before we know it, we'll have really gone a direction, a path that it will be very difficult to retract and go back. So we need to go back to the track. We need to go back to doing amazing songs that are amazing and are like an anthem. When we do them, we can do them in weddings, we can do them in parties, and everybody can enjoy as we dance the song with your parents, with your brothers and sisters, with your entire family. It's palatable. It's easy. You can listen without feeling like there's some songs that are, they will play on TV or radio when you're with your parents and you're wondering if these guys are really understand. You feel like I just want to go out. Because some of this content has really gone to the level of, it's pornographic, sorry to say. Yeah, it's really, you really it's terrible. We have allowed it and we have legalized pornography, because it is just pornography that has been legalized. Because the fact that even the dances and all that we are doing in these songs, they are terrible, they're bad. And I believe we need the people who will be bold enough to say, no, let's not go this direction. These songs we are not going to play. Give us proper songs to play on TV. And I know this discussion is may bring a lot of reaction, and I know we'll get both positive and negative, but again, we don't always have to conform and agree with everything. We can say no to some things. We can disagree to some of these things. Of course, I know I'll get heavy attacks on this, but for me, I'll say it as it is. The same way you've been bold enough and done these songs without caring, I also mean we need to change this. And we need to join in, even with radio houses and media houses, to say, no, there are things we are not going to play. There is content, because again, this music has been given power by media houses. They've been given power by our own producers and DJs, and we play them on high rotation. So what that happens, when people listen over and over, they feel it's okay. So we have a duty and we have a mandate to refuse and to castigate and to say, no, these we are not playing. Why, this song can be, we can change this. I believe we need to do that. So even as like I said, I know I'll get a manner of feedback, and you can join the conversation online on our Facebook and give your views on the kind of music. Especially right now, the biggest music, because what made me think about this, I was told the biggest song right now is that one that has, it may be, the lyrics may be hidden in words that some people may not understand. But at the end of the day, people know the meaning. Yeah? And join us and just tell us your views on this. Yeah, both you can agree or disagree. Yeah, we are ready for that. But for me and our kind of training, even here at Atlanta Institute, is how we can do wholesome content. Content that is building our young people. Because when our young people, our children go that direction, we've realized actually success. Because we are calling these conversations champion mindset. Being a champion is about being disciplined. I've never seen a champion who's not disciplined. The other name of a champion is discipline, and the future for champions is discipline. So we have to be disciplined enough to say, this direction, we are not going. This direction, we are not exposing our children. Even people who own these media houses. It's your children that are listening to these songs. It's your children that are being messed by these songs. If it's not really your children, just care about someone else's children. Like I said, as these songs go viral, just know these are virus that is destroying. These are virus like any other chemical weapon that can be released. Because let me tell you, like someone said that the world war that is coming will not be fought with weapons. Will not even be fought by those chemical weapons and missiles and all that. It's through the media. It's in the air. Because once whatever you put in someone's mind, that is how they live. As a man thinketh, so is he. And your thinking is shaped by what you listen to. Your thinking is shaped by what goes through your mind. So if you feed yourself with this, that's the person you empower. Whatever you feed becomes strong. So as you feed that kind of moral, what we can call moral decadence, that is what will become strong. And within no time, you'll feel it's okay. You feel it's okay. It's okay to listen to all these, like I'm calling pornographic content. And within no time, you will see the whole, our whole moral fabric has been worn out, and we don't even know how to get back. So, like I was saying, as a champion, discipline is one of the things we need to inculcate in our children and young people's lives. If it's not for us, let's do it for the future generation. In the same way, environment has been affected, and we are talking about environment and planting of trees to change our environment. The environment is not just the trees. The environment is also the content we are putting out there, because once you put the content out there, especially in this era of internet never forgets. That content is there, and that content can either be constructive or destructive. So before you do a song, ask yourself, what am I communicating? What spirit am I releasing? I attended one concert once. I was filming. There was this international artist, and he was doing all that kind of vulgar content. And what we didn't know, with that content, there was also a spirit being released. And within no time, there were people doing all manner of things in the concert, having orgies and all that. I'll call it as it is, because this is what is happening. And we have copied the same. That at that time, even in the open, people were doing all manner of orgies in the open, in the concert. Is that where we want to go to? If we continue with the same trend, we'll get to a place where it will be very, very difficult to go back. So I call it, that's my opinion. That's my thinking. I know I'll get both support and I'll get also opposition, which is okay. We all have an opinion, but I believe so many of the people can agree with us, with me, especially parents who are thinking about the generations to come, their children. And even you who's not a parent, you have an obligation. You are still parenting someone. You have an obligation to think about the generations to come. So it's not just about making money. How do we make this money? The ends don't justify the means. Let's think about the means we are making this money. Let's not just think about going viral. What kind of viral are we going? What are we releasing to the air? So let's continue with this conversation, and you can send your observations, you can send your comments, and we can get to respond even in future. But as I was listening to music over the weekend and listening to different people, these are big concern, even to so many parents. And I believe it's a discussion we need to have. But as I speak, especially to Kenya, creativity is not being vulgar. Competition is not who can put the most dirty words and lyrics and the videos, and most dirty dances in the videos. It can be creative without being dirty. Actually, the most creative and innovative things is not in that direction. So let's change the narrative. Let's change the direction before we slide too far. Then we will wonder, how do we come back? Just like we've seen with our environment. Trees have been cut, and by the time we discover we need to go back, it will take so long. It takes so long for a tree to grow. So if we slide too far, it will take so long to go back on track. So let's get back on track. Let's call these kids and tell them, we're not playing this kind of music. We're not producing this kind of music. We're not doing this. Give us the right content. And if there's media people and producers and DJs, we agree, we are playing positive content, young people will have no choice but to do positive content. So we can be the change that we are looking for. The change is you. Even as you hear your kids do this, sing this kind of lyrics, call them out and tell them, no, I don't want to hear this kind of thing in my house. So let's continue with conversations. We'll be back again on Thursday, and with a different topic, and we'll also be sampling some of your comments. And thank you, and God bless you as we continue with these champion mindset conversations, because we believe everybody was born a champion. But some people die before the champion is unveiled. And Myers Monroe said, in the grave is the graveyard, or the cemetery is the richest place on earth, because there are books that were never written, songs that were never done. And as champions of this skill training and creative economy, we believe we have the most creative young people. But this creativity needs to be controlled. this power and this innovation and creativity needs to be directed to the right channel. So we need focus, direct it to the right channel, and work hard. Okay, because I believe also why we're doing some of this is because we don't want to work hard and research and do the right things, but we need to work hard and be diligent about coming up with a very good content. And as we do that, we'll be transforming the world. People will be hearing the songs and the advice in the songs, and they will be transformed. Thank you. And let's continue with these champion mindset conversations. I don't know, Edwin, whether there are any comments you would want us to go through. Is there anything you would want us to respond to? Our producer on the other side. We have responded to your comments. And thank you, and God bless you so much. See you on Thursday, same time. God bless you.